All right. I'm so sorry. Hello, everyone. So sorry for leaving. My dad called me and he was stuck on something else and he needed me to troubleshoot real quick. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, you can call me back after your class. I'm like, it's not going to be over till like 10 or 11 o'clock. He's like, oh, hmm. I'm like, just tell me what's wrong. All right. So I think I'm having some issues with this part of the body. I think it's the fit mesh weights, which can often be a problem with these kind of things. I think because my hips are maybe out there or maybe too far in, it's like womping out my garment. And this is a perfect example to why you should test all this stuff on the beta grid, not on the real grid. Taking up my money, my fight money. Hi, Lilac. Hey, Cerberus. Welcome back. I'm so sorry. Jeez, you just bounced right back over, huh? Nobody left. Alright, so I'm going to try upload this bodysuit one more time without the pelvis weights. I mean, the handle weights. And then I'm going to remember where I saved it this time. Yep, that was it. Okay, so it's a little clippy right now because I shrank it, but apparently I didn't need to. The issue, like if you try to make a bodysuit and you notice that it's flaring out. Oh, hi Danielle. Wave. Those horrible crocs of pain, you mean? Yeah, there's a link to that. I gotta find it though. I think it might be on the first study hall video. I should really copy that one down. Alright, yeah. So Second Life operates on two grids. You have the main grid where all the regular transactions and stuff go through. And then you have the beta grid, which is meant for testing and stuff like that. On the beta grid, they give you a bunch of lindens so you can upload like 10K or 11K or something like that. Um, and you can use that money to upload stuff over there and test it out before you spend your real money on the beta, on the real grid, the main grid. If you're new to the beta grid, like you have ever signed in, you got to submit a ticket in order for them to create an account for you over there. You used to just be able to sign right in there, but with the new inventory system they created, they didn't carry over all the new accounts and they didn't add any of the new accounts over there either. So they're just saving it for creators, I guess. So you have to submit a ticket to Linden Labs and tell them you want to sign into the beta grid, and then they'll carry all your inventory over and give you money, and you can start testing that out. But yeah, you see, the issue we had with this bodysuit is that it was, even though it was very form fitting, but perfectly, it was still shooting out at the hips. And the reason why it was doing that is because of the side handle weights, which are a pain in the butt. Um, because it had those weights on there, it flared out my garment. I don't know why that is. It's just the way it is. And I noticed that whenever I tried making clothes for one of those other bodies, that was the issue that kept happening, like in the hip area where it was getting all wonky. So once I just take off the love handles and sometimes the butt, because butt weights do it too. Sometimes it fixes the issue right up. So if you ever run into that, that's a good fix. Hey Tony. So, is there anything else that we... Oh, somebody asked about the shoe program. Let me go and look at it. Actually, let me bookmark this because this is what my dad asked me to look into. Alright. So, what am I looking for? I am going to YouTube. And I'm going to look through all my old study halls because somebody asked me for that link before and I have no idea where it is. My mega is way too packed for me to want to dig through that. I suddenly got a craving for ramen. It feels like one of those cold nights where you're eating a cup of soup. But I can only eat cup of soups. I can't eat packs of ramen because if I eat packs of ramen, there's way too much sodium and I'll be like, whoo. So, alright, that's my pillow talk. Pillow talk. Support and boredom. I wonder what I was going through with that. Maybe it was this study hall. Oh, so an update on our progress. We're going to be helping out the company who made the Pigu body, their company. And we're going to be helping them with their dev kit. They just released a new body. So I'll be making a dev kit for that so it works in Blender so you guys can make clothes for it. Like, that person is, the creator is super nice. she don't ask no questions. Which is what I like. Alright, somebody asked for it in the chat and I gave them the link. There we go. Let me see. Here we go. And let me send this to them. There's Shoemaker. I'll post this in the Discord. I'm sitting here listening. No, I haven't. I didn't have enough money to buy it, so I haven't had enough to try it. My subscription, my license ran out back in May, and I just didn't have the extra money to buy it. You don't need the newest Avastar to do stuff in Second Life. You don't need the latest Avastar to do stuff in Second Life. What body are you trying to make stuff for? And I'll tell you what Avastar you need. Damn, I want that soup. No, it's I think it's a yearly thing. Yeah, you don't need Avastar. You don't need the latest Avastar for Slink. You can use Avastar 1 for Slink stuff, actually. Even the bento stuff. Although, I guess that's a stretch because I haven't exactly used the bento kit yet. But if you're trying to make clothes for them, you can still use Avastar 1. I mean, you don't need to have Avastar 2 for that. So was there anything else that y'all wanted to go over? We did the bodysuit. We did the t-shirt. We showed off the shoe program. Let me see. So this is the new body that the Pigu people made. And we're going to be helping them out with the dev kit so that you guys can make clothes for it in Blender, because I think it's a she. June is totally a Maya person. So when anybody asks her about Blender, she does the Bowser jump and goes away. We did Crocs. Crocs of pain. I mean, if you want to go over that hard, split Crocs. I don't know where it's at. Hang on, I gotta close up some stuff and get some V memory going. We don't want to get that message again now, do we? Oh! Ding, ding. I see that review. Thank you. Alright, shoes. Shoes. We're using the... Oh god, not the Crocs again. Heels, eh? Alright, we can try heels. Is there a way to make two different UVs for two parts of an object without separating the object for 4K res? I want to say yes, there is, but I just can't think of it right now. Let me try. Can you send me the object so I can use that as the example? I.e. a shirt for a body with one UV for the sleeves. Oh, well, yeah, I can do that. Hang on, we just made something. Hang on, Alright, so we can use that as an example. Yes. Alright, so let's say we have our shirt and it's all one part, but each part of the shirt has its own UV, which is kind of common. Let's say we want to go into edit mode and select the part of the shirt we want to have its own texture, like so. Then we go into the materials, and it already has a material, but we're just going to give it a new material just because. And we're going to assign it this material. So once it has that material by itself, I'm going to go into, press A, and let me see, what did I do? What did you do? Select the shirt. And I forgot how to do it. Well, because usually I just separate it, right? I separate that selection. Then I remove all the materials from everything else. Then when it's like that, I pack the layer into here however it was supposed to be. Although this is a terrible example of how the shirt should, like, its own UVs. But I give it its own MAC. And then the bake. Bag it. Okay. And then I join them back together. And I double check everything with sparkles to see if there was any kind of collision, like, error here. And if there was, correct it. Okay, so now when, oh wait, I messed it up. Kick. Basically, now that it's on its own material, you can apply different textures to it. I messed it up because I joined it again to kind of wreck this one. But when they're all together and they're on their own material, you can add different textures to it separate from the one that you have here. So now that the shirt is like this, hang on, let me fix it because it's driving me bananas. Now that the shirt's like this, we can apply its own texture to it even though it's one object. Does that make sense? So I guess to fix up my mess up, I would export it as one, even though the shirt is on its own material, right? Damn bugs. Okay, so I have the shirt in here. I'm sorry. It's basically assigning the shirt the part that you want. Like, let's say I want this shirt and giving it its own material slot. Assign. You would give all the parts that you want to have its own texture, its own material slot. And then you export it out. And then while it's still in Blender, you would separate it real quick. And then you can bake it. Bake. So that you have that texture for that. And I can save this here. Save. I forgot where save was. Okay. And this has its own texture too. So alright, so have the shirt. It's all one material here. See, it's all one object. But when we go to select the face, because the shirt is on its own material, we can apply a different texture on there. Here's the shirt texture. And it's different from that. And the buttons and stuff like that would be on its own stuff because it has its own material. So button and collar, buttons, cuffs. All of those have their own material. so they can have their own texture as well, separate from the shirt. And does that make more sense? So I guess the basic thing is give your shirt whatever you want to have its own material. Give it its, I mean, whatever you want to have its own texture, separate from everything else, give it its own material. Because it's on its own material, you can apply its own texture or color to it. Anything that shares the same material slot will share the same texture. It's like all the buttons. It doesn't really matter. You can work on it before you rig or whatever. It's up to you. But I do have one warning though. It's better than if you have a garment that has to have multiple textures on there. You want to keep them as small as possible so that they can load faster for your wearer. If you have like a buttons here with 1024 and the collar with 1024 and the shirt with 1024 and the cuffs with 1024, it'll take longer to load all the textures for a person than if you had everything with 512 512 or smaller on there too. So you can make it big for all your baking and stuff and then resize it later and put it on there, and that'll make it those textures come in faster, and it won't use up so much virtual memory on people's graphics card, because you can have it. Yeah, that. As people talk about, like, oh, it's a triangle count that makes the rest. Well, go slow. I mean, that's part of it, but texturing is also it. Alright, so now that Tony's all settled, let's get back to somebody who asked to make heels. I've almost never really made heels in here. I always made boots or something like that. So let's see how heels go. Also, I kind of sort of forgot how to use this program. I haven't done so in a while. So give me a sec. Let's see. This is a thin toe shoe. So I'm going to select this last and let it come in. No, that's no heel. So let's create a new. Is this a heel? I guess. I guess. So then we use the drawing where we want to go. I don't even know how heels look. Like, the only heels I have in real life are those plain black those plain black heels. You know, the ones that you wear to church or funerals. It doesn't, like I said, they're not even name brand or special. It just says pumps or heels. So I don't know how to design any kind of swanky heel other than the standard, what you see right here. Alright, and then you fill it in and you go to the material. Let's see, what's materials? Why my materials aren't working? Samples. There we go. Black heel, I guess. Alright, so I haven't worked with anything from VTech before. I don't even know where it is, to be honest. Damn it, how do I fill this in? Create padding. Okay. Well, I broke it. Ooh! Ew, no, that's not the right material. Oh, that's why. I haven't done anything with the material, but like, I did the tutorial for it because a friend asked me to it. But after I did the tutorial for it, and that was pretty much it for me. I don't really wear the Maitreya body or do anything with it. It's like, alright, so we have a shiny heel base. And now we need to put on the sole, which is here. And then we put on the heel, create a stiletto heel, I guess. So we get to, oh, it's missing a midsole. Okay, so this isn't good. We need to create a midsole for the shoe. So I guess this is it. For a formal shoe, for a sports shoe, create an insole. Anybody know where we can get a fancy foot for this shoe? I have to go dig up that Beliza body. I think they had feet. Or was it the Maitreya body that had feet? Alright, so we have an insole, which we don't need when we're done. Let me close this. Okay, so we have the insole. I don't know if we have to create a midsole. Well, let's see. Yep. Had to create a midsole. And now I can create the heel. So now we have a heel, and we can adjust how the heel goes onto the shoe. I think this is wrong, but whatever. Oh wow, this shoe is all kinds of wrong. That midsole is way too thick. But I'll fix it in Blender. So we have a heel, we have a shoe, we have a that, and we have export. Wait, I just kind of breezed through that and select the format. That's what I thought. You got an example of that, Bella? high feet, maybe. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, you would just select all the faces you want to designate the materials to. Like, hey, let me go put the shoe on. Yeah, give it a second. A shoe is huge. It's when you make it, it's like you select what you want and hold down shift while you selecting it. So hold down the shift key and then select all the faces you want. When you have all the selected faces you want for one material, yeah, well, okay, actually you got to do this in edit mode. So go into edit mode, then you select all the faces that you want while holding down select and clicking them all. When you have all the faces selected, you go to the material tab, create a new material, and assign it to uh, the faces to that material. Then you will deselect them, go select another row of faces that you want, and give them their own material. You can make up to 8 materials on one object. I know Second Life says you can do more than that, but when you go above 8, it gets wonky as F. So I always suggest that you stay within 8 faces per object, or 8 materials per object. I mean, you can always create a separate layer of them and make more, but 8 part 1. And I don't need a interphone because whatever. Okay, so the thing about this program is that it's actually made to create shoes in real life, or for you to 3D print shoes in real life. So they come out really. You can press B and band select, or you can press C and circle select. So like I was saying about this shoe, they scale it gigantic because these shoes are supposed to be 3D printed so that you can use them for real life shoes. So once you have the design in here and you actually wanted to print this out, make real shoes, you can make real shoes in real life and then have them in Second Life as your promo or whatever. So you can build up a fan base in both real life and in Second Life if you wanted to with this program. I'm gonna do some correction because I don't like the way the sole is shooting out there. Actually, I think the better idea would be to, or you could press L. I forgot. Hovering your mouse over and pressing L selects a lot of the faces, like really big groups. this? Oh. I think they go in like that. Okay, so the shoe has been edited. Okay. Let's scale it down some more. And let's go find, of course, it's upside down. Of course, I'll put the shoe upside down. Alright, so we have the giganto shoe of death. And we got the foot. I think that's the right foot right now. Supposed to go on this foot, I think. Let's see. Is there high, medium, flat, high, tiptoe? Oh, nope. So once we got our shoe here, it's just a matter of sizing it up, making it fit the foot. Oh yeah, I put the link to this program in the Discord. So if you want to play around with it, it's the link's there for you to do so. I guess it would have made more sense for me not to have put a black material on this so I can see it better. But no, glossy black. That's what we had to pick. It's a glossy black heel. Showing with the ugly yellow croc picture texture. So you see, so we have a heel on Dot's foot, and then we can decimate it if we wanted to, because I think it's 28. Yeah, that's pretty good for a Second Life item. But we always want to try, if we can, to make it as low as we can. So let's just decimate it by half. Alright, about that much. So that's a little bit better. Alright, I think 11K in triangles is better than 20 per foot. So what I want to do is duplicate this. And I always duplicate in edit mode. I never dupe in the regular one. I don't know why, but edit mode dupling is... I run into less problems with it being inside out. And I think I broke it. Let me go back. And turn this off. Try duping again. Scooting it over. So Control M, X. Now with 2 heels. I have backface culling on, so now I see that this ain't right. So I'm gonna select it all and then do recalculate, and that flips all the face. Yeah, that broke the face there. Something fierce. All right, so let's fix that real quick. Let's see. Go into materials, which is this, and then we just what is the word? Flip the normals. Now, why in the hell is that happening? Oh, hang on. Be right back. Alright, let's try fixing that one more time, then I'm gonna go back in there. Damn it, I'm gonna broke it. Okay, so how about alright. Ooh, I did decimate that too much. The heels suffered greatly. Alright, so if I want to decimate, I'm going to keep an eye on that heel. Woo. Alright, well, no decimating this. Guess it can't be helped. Deal with it. Besides, that's not bad for a Second Life shoe anyway. And the heel still broke. I don't want to tailor that. Damn it. Alright, fine. We'll take the shoe and we'll press Control D and duplicate it. And then we will just simply tailor the shoe to the foot. No special duplication here. Although I'm tempted to do it real quick. Duplicate again! Mirror again, please. On the x-axis. Stupid shoe. Being stupid. Haha! Success! Alright, now we're just going to cram this stupid foot. I'm going to move the center here. And it's crooked. Uh, stupid shoe. You know what? Maybe we could just get away with putting one shoe on. That could be a new trend, where you wear one shoe and you hang the other one on your hand. I think that would be cool, instead of trying to die putting the other shoe on his foot. Anyway, you get the gist of it, yeah? You people got eyes. Y'all can put it on, I can't. So there, now we got a basic pair of heels. And it didn't take that long at all, right? And I guess that means I gotta rig it to the foot, though. Like, I can't get over it not being on there right. So, heels, right? And select heels. So this, empty groups. This, empty groups. Is there any Maitreya wearers in the house? Because I don't have the body on this account to test it out. Ah, now that's swanky. I should do that, huh? So these are just plain black heels. You can, let me see. There was a guy, the company, and they have a really good tutorial on this. It's way better than anything I could teach. It's just long. Ow. I totally don't know what to do. There we go. This guy has a better tutorial on it because it's, you know, the company that actually made it. So you can check that out if you want to learn how to use that program properly versus the half-ass stuff that I've been making here. So once you master making a shoe, it's just a matter of scaling it down and slapping it on your feet. So I'm going to export these shoes. I don't think I need that. Alright, well, since we done the shoes, is there anything else anybody wants to look at, go over, talk about? Hmm? Hmm? Mm, I wish it would let me see who's in here. I'm like, are you in here? Dre? Mm. Alright, well, we waited for a bit, and we're running kind of, sort of out of time. So I guess after this shoe continues to kill my blender. Hmm. Ha! Good luck with that one. I don't know how. I always just buy my bows and knots. Because I'm like, nope. It's way easier for me to just go to the marketplace and buy a bow or something, or sculpt one out in Blender than it is for me to go try working it on Marvelous, because that's just insanity. I can smell the smoke coming from my computer as it tries to export this shoe. Guess it was too big. Maybe I should have did it one at a time and not the whole thing. Yes, Blender is much easier. Except for when it's not working, like right now. Oh. Now listen. We can make hair. Oh no, not like hair. We did hair. We did hair like all last week. All right. Well, if we were to start working on the ball gown things, you gotta know that that's kind of hard. Well, not really hard, but it takes endurance and strength. Gotta get your headbands on and be ready for it. Alright, I'm gonna close this. Let's just say it works. It works best when you're not exporting two big things. I didn't know if it saved. Sorry. Alright, whatever, Blender. To hell with ye. To hell with ye. Thank you. Ah, it started us all the way back here. Nope. Oh well. We can always make another show. Alright, people. So does anybody have any more projects or anything that they're failing at, need help? Mm-hmm. What is that? That's like food. I'll put it on one more time, but we'll just get one shoe. I like that program. I keep calling it Marvelous Designer for Shoes. I may have to watch that tutorial over again myself and remember how it was done. Because I watched it like forever ago. Like around the time we did that first study hall. That's when I watched it. I haven't really used it since because I'm like, shoes, get out of here. It would have helped if I actually did a full tutorial on it. Whoops. Motivation? Well, can't really help you there. Inspiration just kicks me whenever I'm doing nothing. Mostly when I'm on my back, when I'm about to go to sleep. That's when I get super motivated to create something. So try laying on your back. See how that helps you. You know, whenever I'm in a place where I couldn't possibly create anything, like if I'm on my back or if I'm in a tub, again on my back, that's when I'm like, oh, I need to make a ball gown with rose shoes and ivy going up the leg. And then hair and buns with roses all throughout it and a crown with a veil. Yes! And then I get upstairs and I'm like, what was it that I said I had to make? Anyway, I'm going back to sleep. Use this then. See how that lays on it. Blend them up and what do you get? Serene, serene, and aqua. Mild beige and aquamarine and every color in between. Colors have its harmony, and just like I have said, red, yellow, blue, red, green, pink, gray, and red, orange, purple, red, red. Maybe I should actually use the glass texture on it. Alrighty. Hey, look, sort of glass slipper. What a shiny kicking it. Oh. It should be shiny. Why you no shine? Oh, duh, I got full bright on. Now it's a glass slipper. Aw, isn't that pretty? Alright, so there we have our glass slipper. As long as you don't look at it from inside, it should look fine. I will now turn off my. Alright, so we made a glass slipper, which I'm actually really digging. I may actually make this as a real pair of shoes for myself. Alright, so we have a glass shoe. And I guess it's time to make a ball gown because we're getting into the last hour and ball gowns take forever. So I hope that the person who asked for it, Dre, hope he watches over it and asks me during the next study hall. Alright, peoples, here we go. Let us make a ball gown. I'll be damned if I start with this Maitreya body. Get out of here, Maitreya. Oof. Beat it. We're using the lens. Alright, so when I made the ball gown thing, I'll show you. Oh, well, let me take my tail off because it's broken right now. Alright, so during this class, I'm going to show you how to make a ball gown with this being the end result. I'll show you how to create it, and then we're going to talk about the difference between having a raw dress with no texture, adding in the shaded texture to get this, adding in the texture, like putting in a fabric texture on top of the shading map, and then also putting in the normal map for that, generating a normal map so that you get the end result. That is, as soon as my inventory is missing. There it is. Let's see. This is it. Okay, so the end result is this. As you see, I got a texture, the shading, the fabric, and the alpha map for it. And there goes Excel, late as ever. So we're going to dig in and start learning how to do it. So I hope you guys are ready, because this is going to be hard. Eee. So the first thing we are going to need is our body. Well, that's not true. I mean, yeah, you need a body to put it on, but you need to have a good idea of the silhouette of ball gown that you want to make from the get-go. You don't want to go diving in like, I'm going to make a ball gown, and then go whoosh, or else you'll be here forever trying to figure it out. It's a good idea to have a reference picture or some sort of idea of the shape of the ball gown that you're going to make, because that dictates what kind of petticoat you'll need to make beforehand. And the thing about it is, like, petticoats. So you need to have a petticoat if you want to make a ball gown. It is almost impossible to get it done in Marvelous Designer without one. Actually, it's not almost impossible. It is impossible to make a ball gown without a petticoat underneath it. You can try to make a regular circle skirt in Marvelous Designer and then try to inflate it and then slowly and wait for the pressure to build up and then pause it and then, you know, export that out and be like, yeah, I got a ball gown. But the second you go to unpause it or unfreeze it, your ball gown is either going to keep flaring out and then flip over your head, or as in one time we tried that, flip off your body and on to the side, or it's gonna collapse and you're gonna have nothing but just a circle skirt all over again. And nobody wants a frumpy circle skirt. So the solution to that is to create a petticoat in Blender first with the silhouette that you want, and then build on top of that as the avatar goes on. So for this, I just use a simple bell. I guess you would call this an A-line, or is this a bell or A-line? Let me see. Alright, so I need that window open so I can still talk to you. So you may want to get all swanky and look at the different types of petticoats that there already are, or the different types of petticoats you need to make specific types of dresses. Because, like, if you were trying to make this Lolita dress, which I actually did once, you're going to need a small bell-shaped petticoat to go underneath it to get that shape, which is different than if you made, like, let me see if I can make this bigger. Nope. All right, so it will be different. So if let's say we wanted to make a dress that has like the one I have here, you wouldn't make a petticoat that looked like this because this fits a mermaid type dress. And in the A-line one, your dress will go straight out. So it all depends on what type of petticoat you have under your dress, depending on what kind of dress you want to make. Please feel free to look at better pictures of petticoats and stuff to get a better idea of what kind of dresses they produce. Because, yeah, you want to make sure you have the right petticoat for the right dress. Fortunately for us, I already know what kind of petticoat I want for this dress, so I don't have to really look at it, okay? So I'm going to open up my... Oh yeah, hey, did you guys want to talk on Discord while we do this one? I mean, it's a special edition, special tutorial. I just got out of bed to see a stream. What's up? Let me see. Oh, Exo help me. How do I start talking onto the streamy thingy? Oh, wait, there it goes. Hello? Friendly Discord people. Alright, well. I wish there was a way for me to turn off... Wait. Let me turn off system sounds. There we go. So now we won't die.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Yes, we have voice for this class, so you can ask questions as I go along. And remember, it's just like that old-timey radio thing when you would call into the radio station. Turn down the voice on your YouTube if you join in on the Skype. I mean,
No, turn it up to full blast.
No, it'll echo. And we broke it the last time that happened.
Yay!
And we turn the EXO down. Downer. Alright. Okay. So, yeah. Alright, so back to our ball gown tutorial. First we have our body. Alright. We have our body, and I wish I would have used one that was joined. Alright, so I'm going to join the body. Makes it easier for me. Soon as I find all the parts. Alright. So we have our body, and we have it joined. Makes it a lot easier in the long run. And then we're going to start on a new layer, so it's nice and new. I swear I need to send Exo some Crisco or something for those doors. Not like I can talk with this chair. Alright, so we're on a fresh new layer, and we need to create a cylinder because this is going to act as our petticoat. So we have our cylinder, and before you click on anything, make sure you go to the cylinder options, and we're going to see this thing down here that says cap fill type, and we're going to change it to nothing. Because if I leave the cap on, sometimes if you make your petticoat your fabric too long, it'll wrap underneath the petticoat, and with the cap, it will kind of make a flat surface underneath there, and that's gross. So always put it onto nothing so that when it tries to cling, it clings and kind of springs out. So once that's done, we're going to press S and scale it down. Turn my keys on. So press S and scale it down. Hey, Otto. Then we have our body here. So I'm going to move the cylinder up to like where my hips are. And I'm going to smooth it out. And then we're going to go into edit mode. And I'm going to select this edge of loops here. And I'm going to scale it in to start building up our petticoat. Then I'm going to press Control R and put some edge loops here and spread it out. So you're basically making a skirt here. And then the last one. and you make it as big as long as you want your petticoat to be. So, like, down to your feet, and then you spread out to how wide you want it to be. Now, see, it may go outside your body, but don't worry, you just slide it back, and then you want to press this back part up against your body like a dish. And plug that here. Now you want to add more rings if you want to get it nice and smooth. I'm going to add another ring just cause. So spreading it out. Now you could say, hey, why don't I just use this right here? And this could be a ball gown, right? Well, yeah, you're right, it could, but we want those marvelous fabric simulations and stuff, so this won't do. I mean, you could use it, and then you could get the drawing tool in there and then start drawing in fabric lines and save yourself a bunch of trouble, but where's the fun in that? Alright, so here we have our ball gown petticoat. Now, one thing I like to suggest to do, welcome back. Alright, so like I was saying, one thing I like to do is to turn it to its side like this, so you get a profile picture of your petticoat, and you want to make the front of your dress a little flat in the front. You don't want it to be a full round cone sort of thing. You want to make it flat. That way, when you put your hands down in front of you, your petticoat, your hands don't go inside your dress. Also, it works a little bit better when you're sitting down too, so you're not just a walk-in, bell. Your dress is a little flat in the front, so make it flat in the front, and it can be as round as you want on the sides, but most definitely needs to be flat on the front, kind of given. So once we have our petticoat all sorted out and things like that, we're just going to select it and our body together, and we're going to export it out as an OBJ and use our regular Marvelous Designer settings. But because my head is a little broken, I'm going to turn off the materials and stuff, so I don't have to deal with that creepy transparent head issue that happens whenever you put a transparent texture in Marvelous Designer.
Oh, that reminds me, funny. Do you have babysitter at all or no?
Not on this one. My main has it, but I only have Avocet 1. Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
Alright, so once we have... No, I do not. But it is free, Yes, it is. They made it free and open source, so you just go to their website and you download all the scripts to it. If you want it put together already, so you can just drop it in, that's what you pay for. But if you know how to just copy what they have and put it in the script, then it's free. Huh? Grumble. Yeah, one word. See? Yeah, I'll use impose. Impose. It's good. I mean, I would do a tutorial, but I forgot. And I had the guy, Howard, he's such a nice guy. He sat there for a whole hour explaining it to me how to animate a simple carpet. So, yeah. Ow!
I feel so bad. He's once and it didn't take 1 hour. It took me 3 days.
Hee hee.
I feel so bad. Every time I come on, he's okay, what's going on now?
Alright, hush, hush. We're trying to make ball gowns, damn it. Alright, So, ball gowns. Now we gotta open up Marvelous Designer and slap in our body with its petticoat. Yes, petticoats. I forgot what I called it. There we go. Alright, so we have our petticoat on our avatar, and it's all ready. Now, the first thing we need to do is start designing the base of the dress, because that's fun. But I need to make some changes so my computer don't blow up. I'm going to change my particles distance from 15 to like 30. It's a lot uglier, but we'll up the particle distance later when we're working on it. Right now, it's just so that I can create without my computer going poof. So, first step is to create the skirt around here. And to create the skirt, we need to first make a waistband that's going to hold on to the avatar. Because if we just slap on a circle skirt with a hole here and try to put it around here, it's going to droop around it and then slide down, and that's a pain. So we like to create a waistband first, which is just two rectangles sewn together. Nothing swanky. Put the color on it because we have too much white in here. So let's make this red so you can see. So we have a front of our skirt. Well, no. It's good to do in two parts for a reason. Shh. Anyway, as opposed to what Exo says. Anyway, crap. My threads are going crazy. I like to use two parts instead of one, because if I wanted to add more stuff onto it, it's a lot easier to find where those lines are than it being one continuous strand of fabric. So there. I'm also going to add a point onto it because a circle in Marvelous Designer is made out of 3 points. So we need one solid point in the front, and then something to connect onto the back, which you'll see when we start doing it right now. So I like to pause it here and create a giant circle. Pretty much a circle that covers up the whole avatar is usually my rule of thumb for making a ball gown. It's like one person size. Then you slip the circle around them best you can. And we're going to use the internal circle and create this, making a donut. And create a hole. So you can adjust the holes to make it work. Then we sew the one in the front. And then the two in the back. One here. And then one right there. Okay. Then we press play. And it's doing exactly what I said wouldn't happen if you did. So, it's cool. Don't panic about that. We are going to fix it. Just let it finish simulating. So I want to rearrange this again. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Actually, hang on one second. Let me copy this and delete this and fix the problem. So what I want to do is pull this down a little bit. I'm sure somebody out there shaking their head, right? Damn it, work you. Oh, I know why it's not working. It's because 0 is stupid. So Let's pause this. Make this band a little bit bigger. Pull it down a little more. A little more. Alright, one more. Great. And once it's all selected, I'm going to freeze it. That's why I slid. I forgot to freeze it. Now, paste this back in. Put this back in here. Whoopsie daisy. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Elastic works even better though.
What, in the skirt band? Waistband?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, once you get the bodice sewn in, it kind of holds everything up. It's just front. Starting skirt is just stupid. It always makes me want Chinese. I don't know why. I've just been craving Chinese as of late. I had Korean and it wasn't that great.
If I ever was next to a Chinese place, all I do every day is just order egg rolls. Nothing but egg rolls.
Alright, live food and lust away for a moment. So now you have the skirt, and it looks pretty bad right now, but that's because I have the, what you call it, turned down, the particle distance. So what we need to do, if you notice here, we got a bit of an uneven uneven fabric. As you see, the back is hiked up, and the bottom right here is super long. So, we're going to have to edit where the circle is. So just slightly pull it to the left or to the right or to the back and see where it slides. Okay, so this pulls it over that way, so that's wrong. So let's move it back to the center. So let's try pulling it back up some. Alright, up is down, down is back. Okay. So the fabric is wonky on this side because I moved it over. You're basically trying to find the center of the fabric. I'm sure there's a technique that does it automatically, but this way is still fun to do. Especially if you're one of those people who want to make a high-low dress. This is how you would do it. You just make your circle skirt, and then you would adjust where the circle is. And that would dictate whether or not it's high or low or even. Even if you balance it all out and you notice that you're still not touching the ground the way you want, you can always just select the circle and make the circle bigger. But when you do that, you got to make sure that you do it in small bites. You don't want to make it one giant circle and tell Marvelous Designer to go. It will crash. So you don't want that. Oh, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. So once we got that there, we're going to adjust the circle again. Put more back here. And you can adjust this if you want. You can have it fall at you and make it more dramatic. It all depends on you how dramatic you want it to be. I personally like mine to be like really long, flowing on the floor like that, because then I don't have to make shoes. But if you don't want, you kind of want shoes or whatever, you can actually make it smaller. You can even tailor the whole thing if you don't want to, like parts of it, the front of it. Just grab the front part of the pattern and you can shorten it up. And you'll see that you can shorten it up in the front. What happened now? Oh, god damn. No. Those shoes got burned. Anyway, you always want to make sure you're touching the right part of the fabric. So make sure you click on it and use your marker to look at where it is on here. Because like sometimes you think, okay, this is the back of the fabric. If this is the front of the fabric, this must be the back of the fabric, and you're going to move it, and then your side is shortening up. So you always want to make a marking on your fabric to see where that is, and then shorten it on that part. This is one lopsided ball gown. Anyway, I don't have time to sit here and finish it all, but you get the idea, right? Right. So we're going to scoot over to the next part, and that is the bodice. Depending on what type of dress you're making, the bodice can be just a simple two squares, or it can be, something a little more intricate. I'm doing the same kind of bodice like I did with that red dress, which is well, it was supposed to be a sweetheart bodice, but I kind of sort of forgot to sweetheart it, so it just became a plain one. So that's just two squares right here. And if you remember, if you want to have like a dress, kind of like a collar, not collar, damn it, I'm like, baby, what is it called? Forgot, he's not here. I'll just do some examples. So we have two squares, flip this, put this in the back, and then you sew down onto our waistband. Do the same thing over here to the rest of this. Whoops. Make sure our lines are straight. And press play. Alright, so that's natural. Sometimes it falls down. What I did when it happened is I added an additional square rectangle on top of it for multiple reasons, but it gives it that extra height too. Oh. Color. Any comments about anything? Questions? Ugh. Ugh. You missed it earlier when that spider jumped down on me. I had to pause the stream and run off screaming. Then I kept smacking. It happened. Then I started smacking myself because I thought it was on me, but it turned out it was just my hair. Some people in the chat were crying because they were laughing so hard at my poor misfortune. Damn right, poor bunny. Oh, forget you. To hell with both, all of y'all. Alright, so now we have our dress with our bodice and stuff like that. That's usually how I do it in two parts, because sometimes I like to use folding or whatever and make it pretty. So I always have like the base and then the chest and then the waistband. So it's always three parts. Quit laughing at it. It's not funny. It was like an intermission. Bums, all of you. Yeah. Anyway, so we gotta save because when we're at this stage, What happened?
And like it's only some people be clipping that.
Clipping.
Yeah, making short copies of like that.
Oh, jeez. All right, see, this is why I'm never going to get on there. I don't want to see that fat lady versus spider. Oh, gosh. Anyway, back to the dress. So once the dress is here, you notice that there's a little bit of clipping going all around. But this happens because the particle distance is so high. So we're going to lower the particle distance to get a better simulation with it. And you can see that the fabric looks a lot better. I'm going to save it for where we are now because it's usually at this part where my ball gowns go crazy because, you know, like I just did, I pulled it off the body by mistake. So let me reload. Reloading. Put my ball gown back on without the whole me pulling it off. Select all the parts. Turn up the particle distance from 30 to like 15. You see it looks a lot better. I'll start smoothing. Please don't start eating yourself. Please don't start eating yourself. Alright, so that looks a lot better. Now I can really see how crooked it is right here. Whoopsie daisy. Oof. Ugh. Alright. So you can see there's a bit of a problem right here. But this is just a throwaway ball gown. It's not a serious ball gown. If it was a serious ball gown, then we would correct that. So once you have the ball gown here where you want, I like to freeze it all in place. That way nothing jacks it up even more. And then when it's like that, we can export it. So it's the base of our ball gown. So ball gown base. Did y'all want to learn how to make the puffy sleeves or something to go with it? Or you just want to know the ball gown? I guess we just stick with the ball gown. Alright, so once it's like this, you can actually play with it some more, depending on how adventurous you are. This could just be a simple dress here. I'll pause this real quick. And if you want, you could put stuff on top of it, like put an additional. I forgot how to do this part. I haven't made one of these in a while. Puffy sleeves. Okay, so puffy sleeves are my favorite thing to make. Alright, so we will make puffy sleeves. You start off with one puffy sleeve. I don't make two puffy sleeves. No one's got time for that ish. So I'm gonna select my patterns. And I'm going to scoot them out of the way. I'm going to zoom on into our mannequin. And I'm going to make two rectangles. One for the front. And one for the back. This is just going to be the sleeve thing that's going to hold on to the arm. Unless you want little puffs on the arm, then I guess that will suffice. Anyway, flip. Over here. And then we start sewing. Whoops, I sewed the wrong thing. So you want to sew our two bottoms together. Press play. Oh, you know, since we already exported the dress with its max fabric and stuff like that, we don't need to have it on 15 right now, lagging us up. So actually, we can just get rid of the ball gown altogether and just work on the sleeves. Look, all that lag gone. But if your computer is not a potato like mine, you know, you'll probably get better results. So, let's take this, scoot this up more. Huh. Well, super potatoes perform better than regular potatoes. Oh my God, it's a hush. So you want to make sure that the band is tight on your arm, like that. Now make a different color so it's not. Okay, so tight on your arm. Then we're going to make another big rectangle. Pump it up. Rearrange pattern, please. And I'm going to make it kind of wide. Long and wide. Oh my. As Dave would say if he was here. And I'm going to copy, paste, front and back. I don't know what kind of puffy sleeves these would be called. I've been calling them Nihalia sleeves because it's just like hers. You know, the Dark Moon Queen from Sailor Moon. So I guess you would just call them Moon Queen sleeves because it's less of a mouthful than Nihalia. Let me sew that together so it's open. And then we're going to sew one more dual rectangles and then we're going to be fine. These are going to be the closing. Come on, you scallywag. Alright, now we push play. And we gotta make it tight or else the air is gonna just flow right out the back of the sleeve. So make this tight on your arm as well. A little bit tighter. There we go. Now, there we have one little puffy cuff. And for this, it's best to turn your particle distance like 15 and under. So 14, just to show off. So we're going to select the two big rectangles that are here. This is our puff, le pouf. And then you're going to go to your fabric settings where pressure is, and we're going to pump up the air. And you see we're getting some action here. I made a mistake over there. Now these can puff up more, but I think I'm leaking air somewhere. So let me see. Is it you guys? Oh, okay. I know why it's not puffing up more. I gotta make these maybe longer. Oh. Well, yeah, I guess you could, huh? Pumpkin sleeves. That's what they're called. There we go. We had to make it, stretch it out. Now you could get swanky and freeze these patterns right here. Freeze! And keep stretching this out to how far you want it. But I think this is as puffy as we should go. I mean, it's up to you how big you want it. You can make it like, Lady Gaga big when she had those ridiculous puffs. But remember, doing dramatic changes at once will cause Marvelous Designer to blow up. So you want to increase the bigness of any pattern slowly.
Yeah, speaking about a puff where like there's no sleeve part. It's like the fan things on the inside of it.
What do you mean?
Like if you sew the outer edges of the fabric to the edges of one band and
Yeah, don't wait. Hang on one second. Don't worry about this. This is just showing what I did. I actually have plans on making this into a proper tutorial. With text and ish. I actually did do that already with the ball gown marathon, but it kept killing people's data plans. So I've been meaning to redo it. I think it would have been smarter to freeze the other bands too before I made it big. I was just like, it's stuck. Come on, wrist. Go in there. There we go. Oh, pulled it too much. One more try. There we go. There, see? Now we have a giant puff with the arm in there. So if you can, this is just me demonstrating, but I plan on actually making a proper ball gown tutorial, which I'll probably do tomorrow because I did laundry tonight, so I'll be free the whole day. Although I do gotta leave soon and start cooking dinner. I did promise somebody spaghetti. Alright, but Gaga sleeves aside, we can deflate it a bit if we want. Oh, that looks sad. Huh? What get?
the arm cuff and the fancy
Huh, I don't know.
Because normally when they're full, like stuff is hot, man.
Right.
So you can imagine how warm your arm would get right there.
I wonder. Puff.
It turned into a race.
Alright.
Breathing now.
Alright, so we just got an example of one puff. I mean, there's tons of ways to make different puffs depending on the bodice that you have on your dress. Like, you wouldn't do that if you had that lint is ready for both any balls and pull party. I guess it's good for like a Titanic situation. I'm safe. Alright, so like I was saying, it's basically making a large square and a small band around that square and then blowing up the square. Like if you were making a bodice, let's make one real quick, which is, like I said, that t-shirt tutorial. You make a t-shirt, you can make anything else after that. Okay, so let's say we have like a traditional vest type bodice, right? Hiccup. Halloween is almost here. Damn kids better come around here because this candy wasn't cheap. $20. But I got Japanese candy. I told Dave, like, it's the greatest trick giving them Japanese candy that they'll never be able to find here.
Did you get the long name?
Hell no. I got them. They got gummies and they gonna like it. I was thinking that. I was like, should I get the long man candy? And there's like, no, because it's not gonna make it to Halloween. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. They are super good. Damn this Lynn and its stupid shoulders. Hang on one second.
I think my favorite flavor is
That's the one I had.
I don't really like grape flavored things, but the grape one is pretty spicy actually. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the grape flavor is just like overpowering in the States.
Mhm.
It's like, that gummy stuff is like surprisingly spicy.
There, stick. Sometimes when it doesn't stick to the body and you tried your best, it's best just use pens and then force it to stay. There. It's being forced now. It's got pins in it. Alright, so let's say you want to make a princess dress, right? And you got a princess dress and you want puffy princess sleeves. You wouldn't make a band here and then make the puff and then another sleeve here. No, you would just make the big squares for the puffs. Rearrange. What are you salting? I don't know, it sounded like you were shaking the salt shaker. Like, what are you salting?
I'm not salting anything.
Okay.
It's actually kind of burning.
Oh, that's cute. So we sew our big puffs like this. Oh, well, not like that. Want to make sure everything's nice and straight. And this is definitely a kind of garment where you would need to have your stuff turned up high. It looks janky if you don't. I had to smack somebody that came and asked me if I could make Bowsette today. It's like, no! Smack! It's dead! Let it die! Come on. Like, well, what about, can you make a Bowsette? Like, no. Peach, it's just peach. Meh. I like, if there's any et that I like, it's chompet. Because that actually makes sense. Oh, yeah. Oh, the one that's actually in the game. I don't know. I like chompet. Because in Mario RPG... Here, in Mario RPG, Bowser meets it's a secret weapon where he can fight with a chain chomp. And he's like, oh, she's shy. Let me talk to her. Give me a minute. So he's out the room and he comes back and she's like, okay, she's ready to talk. She'll come with us now. So it makes me smile that we could actually be that girl. Anyway. So now that we've sewn our little bands on here, the sleeve for our puffy dress. We have our puff right here. We select it, and then just like before, we puff up the pressure. Whoop. And then there's your dress with its puffy sleeves. Of course, you want to turn everything up before you export it, because when it's low like this, it doesn't give you all the prettiness. I like to stay, like I said, within like 1514, no more than that. And you see you get way better results. But it's harder to work when your computer's up that high. At least it's with me, because I got Second Life open, I got Marvelous, I got the Stream, I got Blender. But if your computer ain't running all of that, then you can probably just leave it at 15. So that's how you would make a puffy sleeve for a princess dress on this one. Alright, so like I said, it just depends solely on your bodice. You probably would want to do it on both ends instead of just doing one like the other one. I like this. I'm gonna save this. Oh, wait, let me give her a skirt. Oh yeah, we need our 3 dots. So where's the bottom? Oh, okay. So we want to take one off of the back. And then start sewing. I was kind of surprised that y'all were interested in ball gowns. Thought that it was like skank wear all the way. Oh, sorry. I was just in the groove, adding on to the skirt here. Trying my hardest not to think about a sandwich. I always get hungry when I'm creating stuff. That's why I gained so much weight when I was in my heyday with my store. I was just making stuff. I'd appreciate that, XL. Whoops. Slide it back over this way, please. Thank you. And we can get it in the gist of it, and then we can edit it in Blender. I just kind of like, only thing I want to make sure is that nothing's folded under, because that's a pain. No. Oh yeah, I did see that. It looks cute. How'd you get the frosting to look like that? Oh. My number one tool. Poor baby. Mhm. Alright, let me sew my other sleeve over here, and we have a princess dress for the Lynn. This Lynn's getting all the clothes, isn't it? It ain't even released yet, and it's got like work shirts, leotards, ball gowns, princess dresses. And then people still gonna complain about it. There not being no clothes for it. Watch. What, the Lynn? Hmm. I don't know what kind of costume to make. You mean like just put a sheet over it? Cause we can do that. It's not a problem. We can cut out little eye holes for it, and that'll be the ghost thing. Let me flip this back. OMG. Gosh, his name is not Frankenstein. It's Adam. Frankenstein was the creator. The monster name is Adam. Blob.
Also, is it called Frankenstein's monster? Oh my god.
Yes, he is Frankenstein's monster, but Frankenstein named him Adam. Okay? Jeez.
I wonder how many people are thinking that.
What? Know that?
No, I didn't. Anyone here offended?
I am. As a monster enthusiast, I am quite awfully offended. I'm awfully offended. Alright, so. Let me save it. Yeah, it'll be cute. But then I gotta make the hair, because if it's the girl, then I gotta make the Bride of Frankenstein, which still I hate. Hair, you know, sticking straight up, like my hair does. Cause it ain't skanky. Cause they'll make a sexy version of it, of Adam. Because it's like you can do that. It's a man. So all we gotta do is crop it up. But if there's an established female version of a character and it's not sexy, they're not going to dress as it because they're like, that's not how it's supposed to look.
And also, the one thing I had to was the Monster High version.
Oh, God. Was her name like Frankie or something? Alright, so we have our ball gown. We have our princess dress. Not the ball gown that I wanted to make, but it's the ball gown you deserve. One of those kind of things. It's not the ball gown we want, but it's the ball gown we get. Wolfina. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was thinking about the other one. I was like, I know my niece said she wanted to be a werewolf, and I was like, you don't mean that Monster High one. I ain't getting you that skanky one. And and Dave was like, what do you mean a skanky werewolf costume for a kid? I'm like, look at this. Tell me that. He's like, oh, yeah, that's pretty up there. I'm like, I know, right? My niece is not going out there like that. And she's like, no, I don't want that. That's stupid. I was like, that makes me happy to hear. She's like, that's stupid. I want the real werewolf, you know, like the dog man. I was like, oh, okay. Yes, I can order you that.
Yeah. And just imagine seeing this walk up to your door.
I didn't export this with the right fabric settings. That's why it's all wrinkly like this. And it's tearing. Did it tear? It tore. Let me see if I remove the doubles and see if that helps. It did not. Hang on. Let me go pump that up real quick and I can't. I just. Oh, man. You know, everybody's going to be Bowsette. Well, according to Walmart, the most popular costume search this year was Fortnite.
Oh God.
Fortnite was the most popular. Vampire still holding in there strong, but it's nowhere near its glory days of 2 years ago.
Twilight. Sparkly vegan bear vampires. How does that even work?
Ew, nah.
I mean, me, honestly, I prefer a good old werewolf.
Uh, that's because these kids didn't get a chance to experience real vampires like Buffy. Ugly. There you go. Let me see if I can push it to the limit. Put it on 10. My niece. My dear. Yeah, she was like, no, I want to be like the wolf one. I don't want that. That's stupid. I was like, why is this stupid, Sarah? Mimi, I said, why is this stupid? She said, because werewolves don't wear that. They don't wear skirts. Werewolves wear pants. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, ugh, no. She's like, werewolves don't look like that. They don't wear skirts. They don't wear dresses. They wear pants. I'm like, so a werewolf can't wear a dress or a skirt? She's like, no, they got pants. I was like, okay. Pants and a shirt. Ugh. Like, it's just, that was so funny about it because she was like, ugh, like, duh. How do you not know this? In the end, I got her werewolf stuff that she asked for. As much werewolf as I could. And her sister wanted to be Freddy Krueger. Yeah, she's like... Yeah. Ah! Okay, there we go. So yeah, she wanted to be Freddy Krueger. So you know how hard it is to find child-sized Freddy Krueger hands that function? Yes, it is very hard. So I had to get regular Freddy Krueger hands and tailor up the glove so that it fit her hand. And she's like, huh. And then I had to find the Freddy shirt because they only had it in boys and it was way bigger than she was. So I had no tailor skills for that one. Like, the glove was easy. That was gluing and making it work. But the shirt itself, I know how wild she is. So I was like, I don't want to get her costume shirt and it just tear. So I had to, like, hunt down this children's place. They had a shirt that was exactly like Freddy's. And she wore that shirt all the time. Even after Halloween. She's like, where's my Freddy shirt? I need my Freddy shirt. It was like, do you see what you did? Every time I'm like getting ready to get her dressed, she's like, no, 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 no. I need my Freddy shirt. Yeah, it was. It was totally functional. It was a real t-shirt. And she's like, I need my Freddy shirt. Yeah, that's my baby. I miss them so much. That's probably why I've been making these ball gowns, because I'm usually mailing them dresses. Like, huge ball gowns for no damn reason. And my brother just glares at me. He's like, please stop sending them dresses. They need regular clothes. They got regular clothes enough. You don't need to send them ball gowns. They ain't going to no balls. We could have a ball if we wanted to. So right now I'm decimating it because it is stupid high in triangles, ridiculously high. And if you try to import something like that, your second life is going to explode. Yes, the topology became junk, but after topology, I don't care. I never really care about that. I know there are people who say that you should care and it should be quads and it should be beautiful, but I'm not one of those people. So, now that we have our dress, we need to attach it to the skeleton so that it can move when we move. So, like always, you're going to select the dress first, hold down shift, select the bones, press control, press P, and then go automatic ways. It is now stuck to the skeleton. You can click on the bones and go into pose mode and move it around to double check that it is indeed rigged to the skeleton. Fantastic. Good. Now we're going to copy the weights from the body to the dress just to make sure that everything looks fine. And these are fine in the upper part of the body because the bottom part is totally different. My last name is Boskanovich. Anyway, so we have it here, and that looks horrible. What the hell? Let's try that again. That's what I get for showing up. On a what? Yeah, once Momo-chan did it, she killed it. So everybody stopped. Everybody stopped liking Bowsette out of respect for her. Gross lady. Ugh. Oh no, don't get me started. Damn, it made me so mad I forgot what I was doing. Alright, let's try transferring them weights one more time. That's strange. I wonder why I was doing that. Misbehaving. I guess I should have left it alone. Let's try going back. Did we transfer weights? There's one. I did twice transfer weights. Alright, let's go back here. Let's look at the weights. Alright, see now that's better. Great. But that's no good. And we gotta get rid of the weights on this troublemaker right here. Blend them up and what do you get? Serene and then aqua, mauve, beige, and aquamarine, and every color in between. Damn it! My mom called me at 2 o'clock in the morning saying that that song was stuck in her head. So then at 2 o'clock... Yes! So I'm gonna grab my ball gown extravagant. You know that song, right? The Spectrum song? What's wrong with you poor people? Dave said the same thing. He didn't know the Spectrum song. Do y'all know the Spectrum song? Please tell me I'm not the only one who had a Disney childhood. Why not? A gasp. Hang on. I had to rev it. Hang on. I'm gonna take a break here. I know this is gonna be teaching you about ball gowns, but seriously. I know what Latin. No, no. You gotta learn the Spectrum song.
Why am I missing it?
We used to listen to it all the time when we were little. It was a fun song. Teaches you about colors. Actually, if you want to watch.
This year I feel so angry.
Yes. Although there is the song is longer and different, and he does other things, but that was just a special. It's better than listening to the song alone. Anyway, that was one of my favorite Disney songs. Next to Aladdin and, you know, what's the other one? The good one with the lion. Lion King. Yes, that's it. Be prepared. I get all
I
eat.
think the only movie I watched when I was young was Mulan. At least that's some Disney movies.
You poor thing. Missed out on all of them. Even the tiki room. It's a room full of tiki birds.
Why?
Cause it's Disney, that's why. In the tiki. Oh gosh, don't. I feel bad for you, EXO.
What?
Cause you missed out on the tiki room. You ain't know the Spectrum song. Oh yeah, but you had to learn colors out of the traditional way. You ain't have a duck teach you.
That's what I learned colors in a very weird way, but
Yeah.
basically instead of like learning it through like paint, you actually learn it through light first, then you paint, then you like computer coloring thing. There's different things for it, which is odd, odd. Because instead of using, the red, yellow, and blue that we had to use for the computer one was cyan, magenta, and what was the other one?
Oh, I know that. As a zero, I should know that right off the bat.
Yeah, that's the only one that actually didn't use the normal RGB thing.
Yellow, I thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that pretty decent color
I'm totally gonna need to redo this ball gown tutorial. I just realized like just now that I stopped teaching a long time ago. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm just rigging it. I'm troubleshooting and I ain't saying nothing, just clicking away. I'm so sorry, y'all. All right, I promise you, like sometime this weekend I should make a proper video explaining all the crap that I did. Actually, hang on, I'll be right back. Let me check something. Whoa, what is that? Okay, I'll be right back. And just like I have said. Thank you. Excuse me. Alright, so we have princess dress with a wicked seam that needs to be fixed. Okay, but huh? Oh, I didn't see that in here. I'll post it in a second. VR the studio. Here, just update it again. It updates like every 5 seconds. I am. Give me a minute. Dang. Alright. Alright, so we got a nasty seam line here. That happens when you smooth around the edges too much. So what do we do about that? What I like to do is I like to select around the edges, and if it's too much edges, like, let's see, it's the best way to do this. Select edges, come on edges, I know you're there. Mouth, basin, chlorine. God damn it.
What?
That song got stuck in my head. Damn that woman calling me in the middle of the GD night. Been a tell you mystery. You the one with the destiny. Alright, so we got all of that.
I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to make normal in Photoshop.
Yes, there is. And it's super easy. Hang on, let me finish this. Alright, since this is... Hang on, since this is acting up and I don't feel like it all the way, I could just cheat to use my thingamajig here. Turn this on connected, pull it up, push it in. Blend them up, and what do you get? And that takes care of that gaping hole. So when I go to wear it, it should be a-okay. Alright, so I guess to answer your question real quick, can you edit normals in Photoshop? Right, Rick? Alright, then that. Alright, let me export this ball gown and we can go in there and paint it real quick.
Because I want to make the donut things like all pretty stuff. Like,
you can do it automatically with that website.
someone said like you could do it through Blender too. I'm like, how?
Yeah, I know, like how, but you can do it there.
It has to matter, like, it makes you never said anything.
Jumps. Alright, so let's see. We have our dress right here. And I'm going to... Normals is the depth, right?
That's the purple map.
Okay. Create a new layer. Alright, so we have a dress, and we want there to be normals on here. I forgot if dark is deeper and white is the higher, but we can go zoom in. That's not the right way to zoom in on this.
That would be the spectrum map if you're talking about the black and white one.
No. Same concept. I know. Alright, so let's see. I want to put a boob line under here. I want to select my brush and I want to change the texture from diffuse, go to 3D window, view the 3D window, and right now it's on paint on diffuse. I want to paint on bump. Oopsie daisy, that's not the right one. I know I had changed it before. Paint mode, and that's on bump. Can I use a brush to do engine color mode? What? 3D engine color mode. Well, damn, that hurts. This computer can't do it. the 7 hells.
What's it saying?
Could not use brush tool because the current 3D engine color mode or render mode does not support paint. That's new. Let me try it again.
What about in 2D version?
Okay. Okay, so dark is deeper. You see it? EXO. Do you see?
Kinda.
So I'm drawing on the bump layer now. And I got white, so it's making the stuff on there. I think black makes it really chopped up. What colors do you have to use to make that work? I know bump is different than normal maps. You can convert a normal map, a bump into a normal map, but I forgot.
Usually if you have the texture like already done, you just turn that black and white and then adjust the contrast and whatnot. That's usually what I do.
I mean, that's what I do too. I don't usually paint the normals on there.
I don't know how to like convert the texture into like the purple thing.
Oh, okay. Then hush. Let me finish with this. All right, so I got the tutorial. I got this right here. Our ball gown, our stuff. Yes, yes. And we have it here for a second. I'm going to let's do the UVs and then pack my islands so that everything's in there nice and neat. We're gonna quickly bake, throw it in an oven, put the cake in the oven for a while. Oh, it's good to put a texture on that while you're baking it too. Leave it there. Come on, change the color. Here, I don't have a sample. Alright, so I got my texture, we got our dress. Here's our shadow map, and I'm gonna save it. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I'll make another one. Don't even pay attention to this tutorial. This is just like, I promise I'll make one tomorrow or the day after. Sometime this week you guys will get a proper ball gown tutorial. That's not this. Dios. So I go to normal map online. And you take your picture and texture, in this case my skirt stuff, and you drop it into the window. And it does all the normal mappy things and turns to the blue for you. It gives you a preview of it over here. I like to just load the plane and look at it this way. But they did update it recently so that you can actually put an OBJ inside there and see it on the garment. I'm not sure how that works. So let's see. That's how I thought it works. Crashes. Meh, it's fine. Guess it don't. It doesn't work on here. I just got home. My daughter had an accident on the treadmill. Now she has no skin on her knees. Oh my dear. That hurt. That sends back memories. Is she okay? But I mean, but yay, congrats on making your clothes though. But I do feel bad about the knees.
What was she doing on the treadmill?
Probably running and slipped and knees. Well, you can load it in, right? So you see, just come to this website, drop your map there, and it usually works. So I downloaded it. Damn it! I gotta export that ball gown because I changed the UV maps.
Not seeing that thing. Or you say it wasn't needed.
But yeah, but let me try to pull skin from somewhere else. I think it's better just let it grow on its own rather than having skin missing from your butt. Put.
It's not like they take off like the whole thing of it.
Yeah, but it's like, what would you rather have? Skin missing from your knee or skin missing from your butt? I think your knee is fine. I'm like, it's all right.
But you also don't necessarily take your butt either.
Where else?
Sometimes just take from the backside of your arm.
That's even worse. You can't. I don't know. I think the knees are fine. Like just let it grow on its own.
Or you take it from your back. Or you take it from your scalp.
And that's better than just having it on your knee.
It's usually not a thick layer. It's usually a very thin layer.
I think that's worse because then you feel everything.
Not really.
Bleh. I think the knee is fine. It's fine. It'll grow back.
Most time, anything, most time people describe being super active, they say it feels like you getting a burn from being hot.
Ugh.
And that's about it. Just on your leg or something.
Oh yeah, like thank goodness it wasn't her face though. Now this is it with the material on there. I probably should have. You know what? I like this, but I think I should have blurred it a bit more. Because it's too, it's too textured. Now she's brave.
Yeah, so take
So yeah, we made a ball gown. Huzzah. I have to properly show you how to do it again. But I hope the little bit we did get done, gives you what you're in for from the full class. Pardon the clipping and all that rest of the stuff. It's within Alpha Zone if I had an Alpha system, which I don't, because I'm still waiting for my friend to fix it. But I wish I had a Miku dance to do with this. No, wait, it's 10:11, which means I gotta start cooking food. Hubby will be home soon. Yeah, but you can watch it later, but it's not much to really watch. Like I said, I plan on remaking this into a proper tutorial. So just watch this to see what it's going to be like. And then when the actual directions kick in, then you can watch it and get the full understanding of how ball gowns are made. Because I got notes. Besides the spider intermission. Bums. Oh, speaking of costumes, how we did earlier. So, at Dave's job, they let them dress up for Halloween, and he did it yesterday. And he was dressed as Jafar. I'm sure you know that, right? Exo, you know who Jafar is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was dressed as Jafar. Oh, let me see if I can find a bigger picture. It's fine. Go ahead. What's up? What's your question? Nope. Oh wait, hey look, it's my cat. That's Muta. Ain't he a handsome butt? Mm-hmm. That's Muta. That's Suki's brother. He came at the same time. Here's my cat, Guzma, and Jada. And this is Mr. Tubbs, but he's out of the picture. Let's see. Anybody else in here? Say you export an object from Second Life, import it into Blender, and make it mesh. Can it be textured? Because I tried to do the UV map thing by your video and it just didn't work. It can be. Just export it as an OBJ when you go to texture it in Blender and not as a day. I lost the picture. Oh yeah, I was helping with this dev kit too. Bunny. I wonder where it went. I could have swore I saved it. Oh, there he is. See? He's so cool looking. I told him he should wear that all the time. Yeah, I love it, I love it, I love it. I was gonna buy Maleficent so we can be around the house together as Jafar and Maleficent. That damn costume is $60, so forget that. I'm happy wearing my regular old house robes. You think? I thought so too. He was gonna have the staff, but they said you can't bring the staff into work because that's a weapon. And we were looking for Iago, but at the time we got the costume, Iago was like $40. Yeah, it was like $40, $50, and people like rare. That's what my mom said. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. And now that Halloween is over.
What is over for you?
Well, now that Halloween, it's too late to ship stuff for Halloween. Yeah, now that it's there, I look down for on eBay, and all the Iagos are like $16, $2, $4, 3-day shipping. I was like, oh!
No next day shipping?
No next day shipping. I was like, is this? And they're like, nope. My cats are lazy. They sleep more than I do. We already seen Suki. I gotta get the rest of them. But I have a lot of cats now because one just had kittens. So it added on to the pile of cats that I have. They my babies.
I know you baby, but cat food.
Uh-huh. We got a handle. We can swing it. Hey, can anybody... Nah, they're good. They're good. Alright, hey, I'll do a special treat. I'll get somebody something really special if you can guess how many cats I have. I have a lot of them, so think big. I'm not there yet. And you don't count. You know how many cats I got. Get. You get one guess, so guess right. Close. Oh, that used to be the number, how many cats I had. No, but after they had kittens, it kind of went up a bit. Mm-mm. Nope, not 9. I used to have 8 cats, but then that one cat got pregnant. Cerberus is Hey, you only get one guess, and 16 is way too many. All the cats, yeah. Alright, that's enough of that. I actually have 13 cats. Yeah, Cerberus was the closest without going over. It was like the Price is Right. Yeah, you'll get that free shirt. I'll send it to you later. But yeah, I was on a good roll. I had 8 cats, and I was fine with that. And I was like, all right, let's get them fixed. And then my husband's car broke down. So we got the car fixed. And he was like, all right, now after the car is fixed, we'll go get them fixed. It's like, yay. So we waited a week, waited the next week, and we're looking at the cat. And like, does she look fat to you? I was like, no. He's like, I think she's pregnant. I was like, no, she can't be pregnant. She's not pregnant. We got to get it fixed. And so we had made the appointment. They said, come in on Friday, which was like next week. So we're looking at it again, and she's like, womp. And she's doing that pregnant sachet. Yeah, pregnant cats do, where they gotta swish their weight around while they walk. And I'm like, she's already knocked up. Damn. So now we have 13 cats. I tried not to bond with them so I could possibly give them away when they become of age. But they all rushed. Like I had to move them because I cleaned up the basement and the bleach fumes were too much. So I moved them away, and they all kind of rushed towards me and was cuddling me. I was like, oh, so nice. No, I don't want to bond with you. Get away. And then I'm looking at them, and then one of them has a little raccoon mask and a mark on her head. It looks so adorable. I was like, I can't give them away. They're my babies. Look at my babies. Poor Dave. He's the one that's got to deal with the litter and stuff. I just feed him. Oh, speak of the devil, he's calling me right now. So that means that I have to go. Yeah, it is too much. Sometimes they get on my nerves. Especially when I want to go sit on the chair and they don't move when I'm like swinging my butt around. I'm like, I'm going to sit on you. I'm going to sit on you. The other cat just let me sit on him. He don't move. I'm like, oh my God, move. And he stretches out and kicks me in the butt. Like, get off of me. He don't care. These cats don't care. If they're sitting down, it's their chair. I'm not even allowed to sit on. You know how long I wanted a chase in my house? I finally get a chase and all the cats sit on it and they glare at me when I walk by like, keep moving, human. This is our chair. I was like as soon as I moved into the house, I was like, I'm going to get a chase right there for that window. That way I can open up the window, lay back and relax and think about stuff. Nope. Cats took that chair over. They lay across it and dream out the window or something. Like, this is our space. Beat it. Oh yeah, getting them fixes is like totally the thing that's going to happen as soon as I get more money again. So she just had her kittens. We got a small window before she gets knocked up again. But the boys are cheaper to fix than the girls. Like, I think the boys are $50 a cat, whereas the girls are $70. So I'm going to go with the boys. Yeah, because I can't take the girl, like, I can't take them all in there because we're only legally allowed to have 3 cats. I can't. They glare. They glare, and they just go like. I'm like, damn, keep your chair. I don't want it anyway. I got a whole living room I can hang out in. I thought that. Like, I tried to put the cucumber next to them, and they just looked at it and smacked it. I was like, the internet is lies. They're not afraid. Oh, they'll probably jump on it and try to fight it. But they are not afraid of cucumbers. Because my brother came over and he was like, have you seen what happens when you put a cucumber next to a cat? And I was like, no. He's like, watch. So he puts it near it, and he's like got this really big childish smile on his face. And the cats turned around and looked at it, and they just smacked it and then walked away. Like, nope. They're like, what's wrong with your cats? They're supposed to be terrified of this. Oh, that happened to my sister-in-law. Her neighbor moved and she gave her guinea pigs. One pig, and she's like, oh, it's just fat. Don't worry, because we feed it a lot. She's like, oh, okay. And like the very next day, she's looked in there and it was a cage full of them. And she's like, oh my God, that guinea pig was pregnant. Huh? Yeah, but they all kept doing that squeaking, crying thing that's really loud. Oh, I hate it when I had to spend the night at his house when they had that damn guinea pig. So that happened. Pets. Yeah, I love cats. I love them. They all have their own area. They all recently got sick, and now they're now the training recovery.
Me personally, I'm a dog person.
I can't stand dogs. I'm allergic to them. Like, especially black dogs. If I get in contact with black dog fur, my body just bursts into flames.
Shit,
Yeah. I don't know why that is.
that's kind of
Hmm? What?
your allergies are racist.
Yeah, my allergies do not like black dogs. No black dogs for us, please. I don't know. It's part of that medicine. Ever since I took that, I'm allergic to everything. I have almost no soap. I just found a brand of soap that I can wear. I mean, that I can use. Because now I'm allergic to everything. Even the soap for sensitive skin, highly allergic to that. And he said, like, oh, that's normal when you take steroids. It just changes your body chemicals for a bit. It'll wear off after a while, and then it wore off, and now it's permanent. I can't use my beloved Dove anymore. I'm hurt. I can't use Bath and Body Works. I can't use my beloved Dove. Now I'm like, lucky duck. I can't use anything with green, blue, orange, red, maybe some yellow.
You're missing out on the house.
Yep. Anything with mango in it, anything with the cotton. Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. I'm sorry, y'all. I was letting y'all talk about cat stuff. I'll make up for that ball gown tutorial. I know it was bad, and I stopped teaching like halfway through. But we will talk about it later when I make another tutorial. Or if you are very anxious to see how that works, you can watch that old tutorial we did about making ball gowns back when I was in the Goon Squad. That's exactly. I did it back then, and I was like the second longest tutorial I did next to that first Maitreya tutorial that I did. Alright, later days. See you later. Alright, see you guys later. I am sorry. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Bye.